And good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to UndercoverET. Guys, it is just a quick update from me. I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Shipe later today. It will go out hopefully later tonight. I'm going to be having an interesting conversation about all things Dragon UAP, contact in the desert, as he was there at the weekend. We all want to know who we met, what happened, what was said, all that stuff. So we're going to listen to Dr. Shipe and see what he's got to say. And we're going to theorise a little bit on what we think may happen in the future as well. So I hope you join us for that. But guys, this isn't something I like doing, right? I'm going to explain to you why I do this before I even get into it, because I really need you guys to understand why I do it. So, we are a UFO disclosure channel, okay? Public disclosure, all disclosure. We just want it all to come out. We want it to come out safely, and we want to supply the evidence. That's what we do, okay? We've been doing that for 2 years. Doc's been doing it for 8 years. He's been asking you, I've been asking you, record this, guys. We don't obviously just want to convince people, right? We want you to convince yourselves, because what we're trying to show you matters. It matters to the planet, not just on a technological level, but on a conscious level as well. Okay, so this is big stuff. Biggest stuff in humanity's history for us to even deal with, right? And the reason why I fight with people, and I don't mean to pick fights, I don't mean to be the menace of the UFO community, but there is a big reason as to why I do it, guys. And there's probably a big reason as to why people push back as well. So, why do I call people out? Because for every one person that me or you may be convinced, or even may be convinced to just record, okay, 5 people on another platform are being convinced there's nothing out there. That's just an example, a ratio example. Now it's probably more like for every one person we convince, 30 people are not convinced, okay? That means that every time we move a cog once, someone is moving the cog the other way 10 times backwards. It's crazy. 30 times backwards, however many times it is, right? I'm just giving you examples. And that's why I do this, guys. That's why I call people out, because not only, I mean, look, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? But when it goes past opinion and more onto like an agenda, that's where I start raising the red flags. And so, as you guys already know, because I put a post out a few weeks ago, I called out Patrick at Vetted. Because this is happening, and it's not for clout, guys. It's not for clout. I called him out 2 weeks ago. I haven't made a video about it until today, okay? I'm not going to make a big deal of this on social media. I've said what I've said this morning, used a few words that maybe I wouldn't normally use, but look, in a nutshell, I called him a bitch, right? He is. So, 23rd of May, 2026, 6:57 PM at Vetted Podcast. Calling you out, bro. I say you are here to convince people NHI are not here. You talk down all the evidence. You have no idea what you're looking for. You don't want to touch on any real clear evidence for reasons unknown. I went on to say you have had the opportunity to analyse better footage and turned it down. You have basically trashed your own military by stating that they are showing birds like they don't know the difference. So what's up with that? What are you afraid of? This is what I said to Patrick, right? And then I went on to say Neil deGrasse Tyson, Mick West and many others are now being questioned by the public for their constant message over the years of they are not here, they don't exist, yada yada yada. Why should you, Patrick, not be included in this group given all the above? Let's break down what I mean by all the above. He has many guests on the show, real credible ones apparently, you know, with all the credentials. They're telling him they exist, they're telling him about programs, they're telling him about underground bases, they're telling him about this, that and the other. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's not evidence, you know. That's fine, you're entitled to your opinion, you're entitled to be sceptical. But then the video comes out from the US government and you post stuff like this. Birds, fucking birds, UFO disclosure is cooked. So are you telling me and the rest of the world that the US government can hit a penny off the top of a bottle from 15,000 miles away, but they can't tell the difference between an unknown object and a bird? Despite everything you've been told, despite everything you've been shown, are you telling me that the US military are that thick that they can't tell the difference between a UFO and a bird? It's getting to the point where I'm starting to go, well, he's either really, really in denial or he's being paid to stay along this track, to stay on his path, despite the evidence being brought forward, despite being told what he's been told, despite being offered clearer evidence to show his audience. And no, I don't want clout, guys. If Ben's source of video gets out to another platform and hits 1 million views, I will be throwing a party over here for Ben. He deserves all the clout in the world. Ben in Oklahoma, Ben in Cornwall, Ben in Cornwall. If your video gets recognition, the whole world should be fucking thanking you. Because not only have you proven that, not only has Ben in Oklahoma proven that sources are real, right, Ben in Cornwall has proven that micro UAP are fucking real as well. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge, right? And look, I don't want the clout. I want the people that record the skies, that capture the gold, to receive the recognition. That's it. And I want everyone to know that you are all capable of pulling your phones out and convincing yourselves there's something else out there. If you record in the right moment and do it enough times, you will capture something really, really good, guys. This is where we go one way with the cog, they go 10 ways, 30 ways back. And it's about numbers, okay? It is about numbers. I'm only a small channel, right? I'm an advocate for disclosure, total disclosure, whether it's done publicly, whether it's done officially, or both. All of it. It needs to happen, right? And people like Patrick at Vetted push back without even realising it, maybe. I don't know. But after all the evidence that's coming out from the Department of War, after all the public evidence that's been gathered over the last, 20, 30 years, after all the evidence that's been documented and archived from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, I'm sorry. I feel like you're being paid to do this. I've called you out. I've called you out, mate. There are people out there that back Patrick because they like him. That doesn't change the fact. Doesn't change. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it doesn't change the fact that what he's doing is fucking things up. And so I guess what I want from this, Patrick, if you're not up to no good, call me back out on it. Go, oh, look, I've been called out by UndercoverET. I'm going to address some points because actually they're valid points. Of course people are going to feel that way. So address it. It's not just me. There are many people in my audience that feel that way about you as well, Patrick. Right? It's crunch time. It is crunch time. Unfortunately for you, it's crunch time because disclosure's happening. You've been in denial telling thousands of people every single week, nah, not enough, this, that and the other, making your own military look like dickheads, when really you should start thinking a little bit out of the box because this topic matters. It matters on a level you could never even comprehend. I'm talking about clean energy, no more tariffs on oil and gas because it won't be needed, guys. I need people like Patrick and others that support him to realise the big picture. Everyone can go, well, the evidence isn't enough. The evidence isn't enough. Collectively, it's more than enough, and it should only take one good piece of evidence. No one should be held back because of your ignorance. Sorry, Patrick. I've called you out. That's what it is, guys. And I'm sorry for ranting on. I know it's not the most entertaining video. You guys want to see the evidence because that's what you're here for, right? You're going to see it later on. I'm going to talk to Doc. We're going to get into all of that. But for now, I just wanted to leave you with this thought, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I way off with this? I don't feel like I am. I feel like those that know about UFOs, knows about the impact it's going to have on humanity, we are responsible. We are responsible for getting this out there, and we just don't need people like this trying to push back the other way. That's my thoughts on it. What's your thought on it, guys? Going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully see you tonight. Take care. Bye-bye for now.